Okay, what's going on, guys, and welcome to a brand new episode of Energized. Ross, introduce the guests, man.
Today we have undefeated pro strawweight. She is now the face of Invicta. It is the one and only Mama B. It's Shauna Bannon. Shauna, how are you doing?
I'm great, guys. How are you?
You know what?
Doing
Never
great.
better. Never
Good.
better. Shauna,
I'm
the
over these
news the,
already.
the news broke. I think you told us about like 3 months ago that Invicta was the front runner. We were speaking about it on the daily nearly, but it's fine. The cat is out of the bag. You've signed with Invicta. How does it feel? Is there a relief in the first place to just get the news out there?
Yeah, 100%. Because it was kind of dragged out for a period of time. Like I didn't know who I was going to go with, and like the past few weeks have been very stressful trying to decide what's the best option for my future. But I think like after like lots of conversations between me and Paddy, we kind of knew Invicta was definitely the right choice for me. For my next step in my career. But yeah, it was mad. Like last night when I signed it, I rang Paddy and was like, right, well, I signed it now because everything was in place. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, grand, yeah. And he was like, Shauna, like, do you realize what's happening? Like, I don't think like it's sunk in. Do you know what I mean? Because it's obviously an amazing opportunity. Like, some of the most of the best females came from Invicta. Do you know what I mean? So it's an amazing promotion to say that I have fought on, and hopefully I'll go on to become champion there.
Yeah, absolutely, Shauna. It really, really is an incredible promotion. It's also incredible what it does for women's MMA, and we're obviously big fans of women's MMA. We always try and put a spotlight on it because we think the athletes are incredible, and like someone like yourself, who's a mother as well, makes it that even bit more special, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Like, I don't think like I was always motivated as a fighter for years and years and years, but the motivation that I have now is just a completely different level. I think when you become a parent, it's just like the drive is 10 times more because I know that I'm doing it for him and for his future and for his kids' future, and like to just try and make it for him. So the push is definitely way more than it was before, which I didn't think was possible, but it definitely is.
So some would say that Shauna Bannon has lost before, but Mama B is undefeated in the MMA cage.
Yeah, that's the one. When Mama B was created, he's me lucky streak. Your good luck
Yeah,
charm.
he absolutely is. But Sean, let's touch on deciding to go with Invicta. Like there was plenty of other people that came to the table. There was KSW, there was PFL. I even think Bellator were in there. There's Combate Global were in there. What made you choose Invicta over all these? And I know Invicta were almost one of the first in as well. Did that have something to do with it, or you tell us?
Like when I decided to do MMA, I obviously knew that I was gonna go pro in it. Like when I decided, I was like, I'm gonna give this a go, and I knew I was gonna eventually become pro. And Invicta was always the one that I kind of had in the back of my mind to fight with because like some of the like as I said, some of the best fighters from all times, even like the likes of our own Ash Daly, she fought there and then she went on to the UFC from there. And it's such a well known established organization. And I think what Shannon does for the females is just unbelievable. And like I obviously researched loads with all the different promotions, people that had fought with the different promotions, spoke to some of the people that worked with the promotions, and I just had a warmth with Shannon. Like I just felt like she was a genuine person and she actually wants what's best for her athletes. And she seems like a very fair person. And like it was just like I had that gut feeling. Like obviously I wanted it from the start, but then when the other options came available, I was like, oh, what do I do? But like I was on the phone to her for like 40 minutes. Like this is a couple of months ago. And like I kind of just knew in my head, I was like, no, that's definitely the right path for me to take for my next step in my career.
No,
Yeah.
Shannon Knapp is an absolute trailblazer in this industry. I think she's the only sort of female lead figure in the
Yeah.
industry as well. So she does an absolutely incredible job and is an absolutely star sort of promotion. You did touch on Ash Daly there. She was the first and only ever woman to step foot inside a UFC octagon. Have you had any conversations with her? And how does it feel like you're on track to now become the second ever woman to do it?
Yeah, I was talking to her today at the tournament. She was congratulating me, and like she was like she was the one that started female MMA in Ireland. Do you know what I mean? Like she done it all. She literally started from the bottom, fought her way, made it to the UFC, and then obviously her career ended short. So like it to follow in her footsteps and then kind of maybe even progress a little bit further. Like her career was stopped, unfortunately. That was out of her own control. But like she's amazing at what she's done, and I look up to her as one of the female athletes in Ireland. Like she's done amazing things in the sport.
Yeah, she really is an icon.
It's obviously a really emotional time as well. Like Paddy, like if people aren't actually aware, like you fight on with Hoolan Martial Arts, and you're the first ever pro under Paddy Hoolan, the Irish UFC legend. Like, what did Paddy say after you signed exactly? Because like this is huge for not only you, your family, but the whole entire team as well.
Yeah, 100%. Like last night when it was actually finalised, I was on the phone to him, and he was like, Shauna, look at everything that you've overcome. He was like, you're literally fighting your whole life for this. He was like, it's not just the past 4 years in MMA. It's been my whole life. Like I've done this since I was a baby. Like I'm fighting since I'm 3. And like he was like, and look at everything you've overcome and came through, and even with the pregnancy and all. And I was just like, when I got off the phone to him, I started sobbing. I had puffy eyes going to bed last night. I was actually crying because it hit me. It was like, it's a surreal moment now, and it is a huge milestone in my career. But I think I was just like, I'm just so like tunnel vision. I'm just like, go, go, go. I need my next fight. I'm constantly thinking about what's next, and I sometimes forget to sit back and realize what's happening. But last night it definitely hit me. Like I wouldn't be a crybaby. I'm not one that cries all the time. But last night it kind of just hit me, and I was like, oh, it is. But it was like a happy cry. Do you know what I mean? I was like, let's go. This is it. Let's go demolish the next step.
Baz, I can almost get the goosebumps after hearing that, because I can imagine that conversation in Paddy's voice.
Yeah.
Well, like Ross, we've been at the event seeing Shauna win, how the crowd go absolutely wild, especially Shauna's family, to go absolutely mental. But for the people tuning in now, Ross, on UFC Fight Pass as well, like what should they expect from Mama B?
Look, expect an action-packed fight from the start. Obviously Shauna's background's in striking. Like she throws these beautiful kicks like there's no tomorrow. She throw a head kick as well as some people throw a jab. But what I've been so impressed with has been the overall development of her game. You know what I mean? Like your clinch work, your takedowns, your grappling. It's really all come full circle. And I know you hate when someone calls you a striker, because you're not.
Yeah.
You're a complete all-round mixed martial artist. You're only at grappling industries today, rolling on the mats, practicing your jiu-jitsu. And you're a competitor first, I think. And that's one thing that will always come to the forefront. You always want to win. I think from having that success and from fighting from the age of 3, like that's embedded in you. Like a lot of people will show up and, they might like want to win, but like you are a born and bred fighter.
Yeah, literally. It's like, I do feel like, I know people say it's mad, but I do feel like it's what I was put on this earth to do. Like I have so much passion for it. And like, when you have passion for something, you just want to grow and learn more and more and more. And that's like, I do get pissed off when people call me a striker, because I put just as much, if not more, effort into me grappling and wrestling and clinch game and all, so that I can be that well-rounded fighter. Because you see people coming into MMA and just trying to get away with the bare minimum of doing the least they can to just kind of get by and win fights. But I don't want that. I want to be known as the greatest. I want to be remembered as a great mixed martial artist. I don't want to be remembered as, oh, she was a great striker, she knocked someone out, a spinning kick, she done this. I want to be able to do the submissions, do the ground and pounds, all of it. Like I want to be amazing at all of it. And that's why like I'm so lucky to have the team that I have around me, because there's someone that's great at every aspect of the game, so I can learn from them all. And I'm just going to keep continuing to grow and grow. I'm still young in the game. I haven't even hit me peak yet, although I am 28, but like females peak a little bit later than that. So I still have to hit me peak,
And Shauna, tell us this. Obviously, you're going to be the first person in a long time since Ashton Daly has got into the UFC. Like, do you feel like there's a pressure on you, and do you feel like there's a lot of eyes from other women in mixed martial arts around Ireland that are looking at you being like, let's see how Shauna does it, because you're going to set the path?
Yeah, 100%. Like some people might want me to lose, some want me to win. I don't care. I just focus on me and my career and my path and the people that I have surround me. I just make sure that I'm surrounded by good people. And I think once you do that, like it's what's going to happen is going to happen, and it's going to be to the top.
Well, you're not wearing the Irish tricolour if you're asking for Shauna Bannon to lose. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. You wouldn't know. Some people, yeah, you just don't know. But look, it is what it is.
I think the whole country's going to get behind you, Shauna. Like, obviously, Invicta is signed with UFC Fight Pass. All the fights can be seen on UFC Fight Pass, and like we've been saying it for a while, just before you even turn pro. Myself and Ross can see like there's a superstar there. So hopefully Invicta like can see that and promote you just the way they should do. You Invicta FC 49 is on September 28th. Are you going to be competing on that?
Yeah. I'm not. I don't have an opponent yet, but I'm scheduled to fight on that card yet.
So there we go, Ross. Exclusive.
There we have it. Shauna, tell us this. You're going to compete at strawweight in Invicta. Is that for the foreseeable or just for the next fight?
Yeah, no, strawweight. I'll be the strawweight champion.
Love to hear it. That's actually a spoiler, lads. That's a spoiler. She's going to be the strawweight champion. Funnily enough, actually, I was only talking to Barry about this today, that Carlos Barza, the current UFC strawweight champion, was the first ever Invicta strawweight champion. So it's sort of fitting that she's the UFC champion now. And maybe when Mama B goes and collects that Invicta belt, she'll then go on and become the UFC champion. It's almost written in the stars.
100%. You know it.
Yeah, you better believe it. You better believe it. Shauna, tell us this. Obviously, I want to touch on, you've been over to Liverpool and done a bit of training. Obviously, Molly McCann's superstardom has gone through the roof. She's skyrocketed. She's friends now with, Dwayne The Rock Johnson and all the lads over at Barstool Sports. Tell us this. How inspiring do you find Molly McCann, not only as a person, but as a fighter?
Oh, she's amazing. Like, she really is. Like, look at, especially in her past 2 fights, what she's done. Like, she's the one that everyone's talking about. Like, I believe that another win and she's a title contender 100%. Like, that's the next steps for her. She gets one more win like that and she's fighting for a title. Like, she's after just leveling up in her game 100%, and you can really see it, and it's paying off. All her hard work is paying off.
I firmly believe she's in, name recognition wise, she's in the top 3 females on the UFC roster. Like, I think if you stop people across all countries in the world and ask me to name 3 UFC female fighters, Molly McCann is like on the tip of their lips.
100%, because she's a character. She has a personality. Do you know what I mean? That you can't forget, and that's like, as well as being an amazing fighter, it's the whole package. She has the whole package, and that's why she's doing as well as she is.
And is there any advice that you've asked for Molly outside of the cage, or has she given you any advice that has sort of stuck with you?
No, just not really in particular. Nothing in particular stands out, but it's just like when I'm training with her, it's like she's just so positive. There's no negativity there, which is such a good thing, because some people can dwell on the negative, but like, you're focusing on the good and your next step, and just 1% every day.
Yeah, I do think one like glaring similarity is actually the family aura of Next Gen and the family aura of HMA. I think they are 2 things that go hand in hand, Baz, aren't they?
Yeah, even the way Molly was wearing the Irish UFC walkout kit as well, like, and she's saying she was going to win for Ireland. It's just we love Molly on this show, and like, Shauna, you obviously love Molly as well. Shauna, just in the build up now to September 28th, like, what's the sort of the plan? What should the people be following you on Instagram and Twitter? What should they be following you for in the build up to September 28th?
Yeah, what sort of content are we providing here, Shauna?
Well, I never give away too much content. You might get a photo, but you won't be getting videos of me training. Don't give away my game plan. But
you have to pay to see that.
People doing that. Yeah. No, I always see people doing that, and I'm like, that's a little strange, because like, drilling different pad works, and it's like, that's what you're planning on doing on your pounds. Maybe you shouldn't be posting that on Instagram. But anyways, I'll be flat out training for the next camp, cutting back down to strawweight again, so you'll see leaner Mama B, for sure. But yeah, just flat out training. I'm so looking forward to it, because like, I haven't fought abroad since the IMAX, I think it would have been. All my last couple of fights have been in Ireland, which was actually really cool as well, because I love having the crowd there. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting over to the States and kind of getting used to the long haul flights, and the fight week over there will be slightly different, so be good.
I think the word in the street is that it's going to be in Kansas City. Tell us this: will Karen Dog and Paddy make it over to Kansas City with you?
They will. The trio. There's nothing like us.
unstoppable.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm absolutely buzzing for you, Shauna. Like when we saw that news today, when the cat was out of the bag, like we were like, this is it. Like, I mean, you're gonna blow up now. Like this stage of set for you, Invicta are getting like a superstar, and like the whole Irish MMA scene and the whole country are gonna see you perform and shine under the bright lights. And we can't wait to cover it and have you back on again. We're obviously going to have you on again in the build up to Invicta FC 49. This is obviously just the announcement video, but like Ross, this is great news for Irish MMA.
Yeah, this is the most anticipated announcement since LeBron signed with the LA Lakers.
Yeah, literally, it's been dragged out, hasn't it?
Yeah, but in fairness, so many people wanted you, which is what we want to hear. And look, you've always been a fantastic ambassador for Irish martial arts. You've been a fantastic ambassador for women's martial arts as well. We love you. We're delighted you chose Invicta. I think, you know what I mean, the long-term benefits and getting to the UFC and then become the superstar you are going to be is the perfect choice for yourself. So from us, absolutely congratulations. You absolutely knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
Do you have any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
No, just thanks so much for all the support. I literally am overwhelmed. I wasn't even able to go on my phone today because I was grappling. I haven't got back to everyone, but thanks so much for all the messages and texts. I see them all. If I haven't got back to you, I'm sorry, but I really, really appreciate all the kind words from everyone. These are all legends. Yeah,
we'll have to get Elaine to become an executive assistant as well.
Oh, good luck.
Guys, I love it. Guys, thanks a million for everyone who is watching. If you haven't followed Shauna Bannon yet on her socials, like where have you been all your life?
Yeah,
you need to get over there and give her the support she deserves. If you are watching this, make sure to like, share, subscribe. Also hit the bell notification to make sure you catch all the Energized content. Like, it's pretty good, not gonna lie. And if you're watching this on UFC Fight Pass, make sure to hit the favorite button. And as always, stay energized.
Boom. Shauna, thanks a million for that. I didn't actually want to say, but we're after having a couple of drinks before this, so we were like,
I should have joined just if I wasn't in camp.